Okay, that's tricky. Very tricky questions. So, what do you do with the water in your cleaning process? So, if you have an automated washer, then all of the water, other than the overflow of the rinse tanks, is contained within the system. But eventually, it needs to be dumped. Or if you are using more of a batch type system where you're using like a hot pressure washer or a steam unit or something like that, there's going to be water. And how do you get rid of that water? That's the $1 million question. And I have to tell you this. So, per my attorney, let me make something very clear. I am not a codes expert by any stretch of the imagination. Anything that I tell you that has to do with codes is my generally speaking opinion, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, the local authority who has jurisdiction in your area, they're in charge. So, I see people say, well, I read that somebody in southern Mississippi did this, that, and other, and why can't I do it? Because you're in New York City. It ain't southern Mississippi. It's a whole different, it's an entirely different ballgame of what the codes, who the codes guys are, and how codes are enforced, and how they're written locally, and all those things. So, all I would say is this: if you're using phosphates, there are more phosphates in fertilizer than there are in the chemical, but it's different kinds of phosphates, and they are diluted about 95% water, 5% chemical, and then that's diluted with the rinse water. It's People get hung up on the pH of what they're going to dump. And in most cases, it's not the pH that would get you in trouble. It's the TDS, or the total dissolved solids, because like with on phosphates on like aluminum will pull out zincs, or yeah, there's just different heavy metals that can really affect what goes out, and how they in what they find if they test it, which is that's a big reason a lot of people are going away from the phosphates and going towards stuff like zirconium, because it is, again, I'm not telling you that this way everywhere, but it is considered much more environmentally friendly. It is considered um, much easier to dispose of, all these fun things by most municipalities. But I wish I could give you a better answer, but the best answer is you have to find out what you can and cannot do in your local area. Um, I will tell you this though, is if if I were in anybody's situation anywhere in the United States and I had water to get rid of from a cleaning process, I would very strongly look at an evaporator and try to evaporate, because then 500 gallons of water that you're paying to get taken off may go from 500 gallons of water to a tablespoon or whatever small handful of solids that were in there, and you're not paying a lot of money just to get water taken off. But again, that is my generally speaking advice. So my attorney, she can leave me alone. It's not I can't fully advise you on that one, but I can tell you that that's what most people do is they use evaporators or things like that, and then they know locally what the code is.